This is the first of two videos using the same example. The example is A not B plus A, B plus C knotted plus B, I'll write it out neatly in a minute, B plus C knotted. In this version of the example, we're going to use algebra and simplify it and go through this example. In the shared, or the second video of the pair, we're going to use the same video and same example rather, and we're going to use Carnot maps. So let's proceed. So let's write out the statement, the algebraic statement. Now, here we have a bracket, and we know from previous conversations that what we want to do is get rid of the brackets. But there's a complication. Both brackets have a knot. See this? So this bracket here has a knot, this bracket here has a knot. When you have brackets and without a knot, we can simply multiply out. But when you have a bracket with a knot, you have to apply De Morgan's rules or theorems. And with these theorems, essentially all they deal with, let's take a very simple example that we can use for this one. You have a group of terms which are added and there's a knot in front of them. Using De Morgan's theorem, this turns into each of the terms knotted multiplied. So that's a simple way of resolving these brackets here. And you notice there's one over here. So let's do that, first of all. So the first term is the same. Let's have a look at this term here. Let's use a different color. So the first term is the same. That's A, not B. We've got A, but here I am using De Morgan's rule, which is going to convert each of the terms inside here to a knot. And over here we've got a B, and we're going to do the same thing here. Not B, C, knot. Okay, so that's our first step. The next thing to observe is that, is there any obvious multiplication for any of these terms here? Now this is getting us to the form we always like, which is the SOP form. So let's just write that down. We are always aiming to get it into the SOP form, the sum of products. Okay, so it almost looks like it's there, but here's the thing. Looking at each of these terms, this one here has a B times a not B. Now, if B is multiplied by not B, is there a simple rule that you can use to resolve it? Well, according to Rule 8, and you need to crib this on your sheet, a gate multiplied by the knot of that gate actually gives you 0. So that means that term disappears entirely, and we end up with these two terms. So let's put them onto a fresh slide and proceed. So what we had from the previous slide was A not B plus A not B not C. And what we're looking for now, this is the SOP form. Let's write it down, put a different color. So this is the sum of the products. Okay, so now we've arrived here. We now need to look at the patterns and see if there's any kind of pattern. And you can see that this term here, this term are identical. So let's factorize using that as your term. So take A, not B. And if we factorize that, there's just one of them. We've got the OR symbol. Then over here, we've got a not C. So how do we proceed? Well, whenever you have, look at this here, a 1 or any gate, this gate completely disappears because the 1 will always go through. And mathematically, what that states, the rule states, is 1 plus any gate, or gate combination, will always give you 1. So therefore this collapses into a 1, leaving us with A, not B. And that's our solution. So what we will do in the next video is approach this particular slide from a Carnot maps point of view, but repeat the whole process as well in some way.